Welcome back, friends. We've got our game ready to rock and roll. MVP Phoenix versus TongFu. Let's get hype.
Let's do it.
Yes. All right, let's do this. Shannon, I'm so ready.
So welcome to what we're now dubbing the Insightless cast by Zyori and SUNSfan. I have actually no idea how we're going to do this, but I remember we did cast at the Summit too, and I found it, I don't know about you, extremely fun. But the problem is this is a more serious tournament.
Who are we casting? We had somebody to carry us, too.
We had not Merlini.
Bruno? Bruno,
yeah,
and then
it was the tri-cast.
Oh, and then we did the All-Star match, too, where we had Ted with us. So we had some comic relief to
I don't
carry
think,
us
I
through.
wasn't doing the All-Star match. I don't think.
No? I thought it was the four of us. Wasn't it Yumi, Shannon, or Yumi, Bruno, and
No, I don't think I did the All-Star match. I sat it out.
Oh, well, bummer.
It's one of those things. But yeah, we have MVP Phoenix versus TongFu. How are we going to do team fights?
10 seconds
I think we should both just yell as loud as we can. Do you want to try to do the trade-off? You know, like I'll talk a little, then I'll pause, then you can take over?
It's more, I think, if somebody's talking and then a fight happens and then
I like that. Do you do play-by-play? Is that your thing?
Well, what do you think I do? What else would I do?
I thought you just made jokes. I thought you were the comic relief, and Sin did everything else.
So Cinderin literally talks the whole time. They're like, wait a second, Cinderin, I have a joke.
Well, his play-by-play isn't bad, so I mean, he could.
He allows me to do the play-by-play, but he could probably do a better job.
That's very generous of him.
It is.
So who's the favorite here, Shannon? I'm not really sure.
I thought the first day MVP Phoenix, although they went 1 and 2, I know they're 1 and 3 now. I guess they didn't play today, so maybe it's 1 and 3. They didn't look terrible. TongFu, on the other hand, have been looking very shaky. So I'd say MVP Phoenix might have a slight edge, but they're in the general same tier as each other, I would say.
Well, they are all tied up in the brackets, so that is one thing to consider, I suppose. It should be a pretty interesting matchup. MVP Phoenix with that kind of unique style. TongFu, they've got their number, though. They ban out the Warlock, they ban out the Wisp, and now the QO Slark. These are classic MVP heroes.
The one game they won was the Warlock, wasn't it?
It was. That was against Newbie of all teams. That was the first game that MVP played. They came out hot.
Looking at Newbie now, they're bottom tier, apparently,
according
to this tournament. So I
don't know
what that means. But yeah, they're going to get the spin to win Juggernaut along with the Bat Rider. So initiation, and typically you'd say, I've seen the old Juggernaut played, I think it was yesterday. I mean, obviously, most of these games, it's Mask of Madness, right-click to win, and all that good stuff. But we saw the old school push Juggernaut, where he would actually level spin all the way and Healing Ward, and would not bother with his critical strike.
So what item build did he go? Was that like an Ag style?
It was like drums, Yasha. I don't think he got Ags, actually. Yeah, I'm the wrong person to ask, because once we're done casting, I forget everything about the game. So
that happens to me, too. I thought that was just me.
No, it's so Cinderin's like, it's an acquired skill. You have to work on it. You have to not
work on remembering. How do you do that?
If you don't care about it, then you're not going to remember. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
So I need to care more. Is that what you're telling me?
I guess so. I don't know.
All right. Well, I like these bans from TongFu. Every single one of these heroes, MVP Phoenix, they love it. They know it. They like it. The Slark, the Ember Spirit, QO Classics.
What is this mouse pad, by the way?
This is
the smallest mouse pad in existence.
Armageddon. We live in your game, dude.
This is.
So there was this little mouse, and Merlini said, "This is the worst mouse I've ever used."
Yeah,
I think it came with this computer. So then he brought the Death Adder up and that mouse pad.
Oh, I see. So this tiny mouse was meant for this tiny mouse pad.
No, there was no mouse pad or nice mouse. There was just a shitty mouse on the table.
So this is
Merlini fixed it. This is
mouse pad.
Merlini stepped in. This is his backup mouse pad.
Okay.
So you're using his extras, his leftovers.
God's beautiful Death Adder.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Got this nice Corsair mouse here. It's okay. Getting used to it. So TongFu, Witch Doctor, Juggernaut, Bat Rider. Yeah, you know, none of these picks are crazy. I feel like there's something to analyze here, but
we're the insightless.
Can we make an effort just to not analyze anything?
Vengeful Spirit brings a lot to the table with the swap counter initiation, as well as the beautiful Magic Missile stun, which is great at level 1. And of course, Howl of Terror is a great. Everything's great apparently about this hero.
Yep.
Actually, honestly, if you look at a lot of these heroes, not a lot of these maybe, but heroes in general,
a lot of the heroes in this game.
Vengeful Spirit, all 4 skills are actually good.
Mm-hmm.
And like just as an example,
she's like Dazzle.
A couple months ago, look at Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
His ultimate's not that good. His homing missile's not that good. It's really just Flat Cannon and Rocket Barrage are really good.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of times, like, a hero has... Wow, Zeus. Okay, this is good. Speaking of him, Merlini's...
Thank you, Merlini, for gracing us with your presence.
The mouse and mouse pad. But my point is, a lot of times you have kind of how do I explain this? See, this is why this is where Cinderin starts talking. He's like, shut up. Let me just explain what you're trying to say.
Well, I know what you're saying that not all heroes have 4 good spells. Is that basically
that's the very basic version, which is literally what I said.
Oh yeah, that's what I've deduced so far. Was there more depth that I missed?
Well, there is, but I'm just not going to try anymore.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right. Well, Zeus, ever since I cast with Coddle Guy and he made a Mario joke, I see Zeus and I just think you are Mario without the fireballs, and it bothers me. When's he
I don't know
getting a
why
new
you're giving
model?
Coddle Guy credit for that. That's me.
Well, it's just that was the first I heard it. Ever since I heard that, it's stuck
I've been
in my
saying
head.
it since the beginning of time.
So he stole it from you, I stole it from him, and now it's all coming full circle.
He edited it from me. Okay, it's originally the grandfather Mario. That's what he is.
I like that.
And when he gets a remodel, it's going to be a beautiful day in Dota 2.
Yeah, I hope it's coming soon. Well, TongFu, they're going to get the sticky goo out on the field. Bristleback, 4th pick.
Remaining.
Nice little synergy there. Physical damage. Witch Doctor's got physical damage.
And a minus armor from Bristleback, of course.
Yeah,
Good
all that
stuff.
minus armor. Pretty nice. Jug getting the big crits.
Ooh.
That Void. So something MVP Phoenix have used. We've seen some teams ban out the Void against them. Definitely in their comfort zone. Good synergy around the Zeus. Not the best synergy with the Brewmaster.
Well, if you look at TongFu, they don't really have any answers for Brew.
10
There's
seconds
literally no
remaining.
silence right now. I mean, Batrider could get initiation, but you'd have to kill him
5
before the
seconds
lasso's up.
remaining.
Unless their 5th pick has... I mean, even if they pick somebody up that can get, like, an Orchid, that would be
Reserve
nice. I don't know.
time.
Yeah. Witch Doctor is okay against the Brew, but not great. You're right. Skywrath Mage could be an option here. Both teams going to need a support, I think, to round this one out. I feel like MVP Phoenix could have really used a Witch Doctor here. I feel like they need a little more damage around that Chrono.
Yeah.
The Chrono.
Well,
Get more damage. What are you doing?
Okay, I was going to say AA would be a decent pick, but he's
He's
been banned out
old
by
Frosty.
Phoenix themselves. And
What are the other supports here? To pull an IX Mike. When IX Mike came on the panel at Star Ladder, we were talking about 4th or 5th picks like this, and his only response was, "How the hell do you do this without the hero list in front of you?" It's like, wow, you're right.
it's an acquired skill, I suppose.
That's what I told him. I was like, it just takes practice. I mean, I can't just pull up the hero list here.
Man, if
You
TongFu had vengeful... What are you trying to say?
No, it's my screen.
right,
it's
let
on
me-
the
let me
camera.
just-
No one's
yeah.
going to know if you do it. And then
All right,
I can
let's-
look at it. We can all look smart together.
All right, let's go by roll, huh? Oh, God. What did I do?
I
What
don't,
is this? Okay, that's broken.
just don't
It's
touch
just
it.
actually
MVP
broken.
Phoenix's
See, we're
turn
missing...
to
We're
ban.
missing... Oh, I can see your screen,
Well,
actually.
TongFu
All right,
banned out
Necrolo-
Necro.
Necrolite, or Fos. Yeah.
So I guess they were thinking it'll be a 4 Zeus. Maybe it will be.
I wouldn't mind seeing a puck for TongFu. I think that'd be really good. Actually,
10
both teams...
seconds
Nah,
remaining.
Phoenix
Puck could be fine
needs
for
a
feet.
support.
Well,
They need a silence. They really
5
do against Brew.
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
TongFu are thinking that Zeus is going to be the support here. MVP Phoenix.
Oh, yeah,
banned
that's
the
a good
silence.
point. I forget that people are playing Zeus' support, which disgusts me. That's why I just try to block it out of my memory.
Yeah, just
banks,
forget
but-
that it exists.
All right, they're going to go Quap.
Queen of Pain.
That's an interesting pick. That would have been... I mean, that's... Again, that would have been a decent pick for MVP Phoenix as well, if Zeus is a support.
Yeah.
Anything to
big-
get through that Bristleback.
Big damage in the Chrono
But
there.
that, I mean, if you set that up with a lasso, Queen of Pain ult on Brew, that might be enough damage. I mean, even Queen of Pain can go Orchid, so it's
the nice...
silence is still a
There's
possibility.
fun synergy with the
10
Cursed
seconds
Ground, the
remaining.
Maledict there. I like Cursed Ground better than Maledict. I think that is one of
5
few
seconds
Han spell
remaining.
names that is actually better. It is a curse on the
All right,
ground. It's
we
so
should not use
so
Han name
descriptive.
because it's going to
Reserve
screw with my
time.
brain, and I'm going to say it. The one I have the hardest time remembering is Time Walk.
Time Walk.
I don't remember what it... Don't tell me what it was in Han, because...
I have no clue.
Okay, good.
What was his name in Han? I don't even remember Kronos. I actually do know that, but
Yeah, because it's its ultimate. So
Yeah.
Very good.
but how would I even remember what his stupid Time Walk was
I
called?
have no idea. There's something in my brain that's messing up.
Just don't fucking say
Time
Armadon.
Walk, Time Lock.
Time Walk. Yeah, I messed that one up. So, but the Quap Witch Doctor is pretty nice. The curse is really good. You hit somebody with it with a couple of points. She hits you with the ult, and it's pretty much a kill for the most part. So there's some fun synergy there. Morphling the final pick for MVP Phoenix. So that'll be your QO hero.
That's why they banned AA for the last pick morph, I suppose.
Dude, that insight. You got to slow
That
down.
was some Cinderin-esque.
You got to
insight,
slow
right?
down with that insight, man.
Well, okay,
AA is
we got...
pretty good.
What do we have here? I mean, actually, these lanes for TongFu are quite... Oh, God. Oh no.
You having some issues there, champ?
The graphics on this computer are so trash. This is horrible looking.
I cannot co-cast. Well, you could turn
All right,
the settings up.
Let me.
Chief.
What's the Dota camera?
Dota _minimap
Minimap.
hero
Yeah.
_size 900.
Man, you are just on the ball.
I don't use a config file. I type everything manually because I'm a baller.
Yeah, and this computer resets everything to look. Do you see the difference between the graphics on these computers?
Yeah, yours
looks good. Mine looks like Minecraft. Okay,
yours.
that's fine. Oh, and it's even the hero. Oh, okay.
I mean, you can maybe change the settings around. Maybe somebody was playing on it. Maybe Winter was playing there. He likes his low graphics settings. Come on, Shannon, don't hate.
It's Cinderin. He has a problem with that.
He has a problem with graphics.
Yeah, he wants to play Minecraft
Evil.
while dodoing. Anyway, let's go to the lineup. So for MVP Phoenix, we have Forev playing the Faceless Void with an interesting headpiece of his.
Ooh.
It's going to be so sad when that hero gets remodeled into a woman. Actually, that's what I want, by the way.
You want him to become a her?
Yeah, I think that would be a cool hero to be a her.
Why? Why?
Because there's nothing else you can do at this point. Like, what are you going to do to this hero to redo?
Change his color? Give him a face?
Let's just make him pink. That's the remodel. March is going to be playing the Brewmaster. Ryzen on the Zeus.
That's the exact same logic. I'm just give him tits and.
Heen is going to be playing the Vengeful Spirit, and last but not least, QO on the non-support Morphling, which is a real shame.
Yeah, what you're
And
saying.
I'm actually going to up my settings.
Do it, man. Do it. I'll introduce TongFu here. We got Keon, off-lane Bat Rider. Mid lane, that's going to be U9 on the Bristleback. All right, mid Bristle. That's nice and fun. LPC, he'll be on the Queen of Pain, headed down to the bottom, then supported by Kabu on the Witch Doctor and Xingqiu on the Juggernaut. So, who's supporting who down here? The Queen, is she supporting the Jug? Is the Jug supporting the Queen? Is sharing carrying? This is a very interesting lane setup here from TongFu.
All right, look at my computer now.
Beautiful. And now you're getting some frame drops, but that's nice. Maybe that's perfect world.
I think it's fine.
All right, good. So, interesting bottom tri lane for TongFu. They'll do well at zoning out the Void. Queen throwing out the dagger. It is a support Queen of Pain pick here, though, Shannon.
Oh, God. Why?
Jesus.
Why? So it's just going to be the Shadow Strike build. I don't know if you can call this a support per se.
Well, she's not farming, so
she's
what is
not, oh, no, I meant like, okay, I am actually lagging horribly.
You could try to reconnect if you're getting,
All right, let's
the bad ones.
Let's see if I can do that. What I meant was she might be trying to get some levels early and then take over a lane while somebody else roams around. But who's in that bottom lane? It's Juggernaut and who?
Jug and Witch Doctor. He's in the jungle right now, just sacking and pulling.
Well, considering I'm assuming Witch Doctor's going to, or not Witch Doctor, but Jug's going to be playing like he has been in the past with the Mask of Madness build, so maybe it is a support co-op, which I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, Haunt is actually, or Shadow Strike is actually ridiculously good. See, you see what you did to me?
What do you mean? Is that what it was called in
Yes.
in Haunt? Oh.
You see what you've done to me?
I thought you were just confusing your ladies, Spectre and Quap.
No.
I was about to lay.
I gotta make one more setting, so you're gonna solo cast.
Dude, I'm good. I got you. So Forev, not getting much out of this off lane. The Quap, she's pretty good zoner. The dagger is actually really damn good. The Shadow Strike, appropriate nomenclature here. Hard for melee heroes to tango with it. It lasts for a really long time. It's like 15 seconds, I think. Yeah, 15-second duration on that. Kabu gets the invisibility rune down bottom at 2 minutes. He'll rotate on down. Let's take a look at the mid, see how things are fair in U9 and the Brew.
Good.
About even. 8 to 10, pretty comparable in terms of CS. Should be just kind of a standard.
So you're somebody that
fest.
says comparable. It's interesting.
Comparable?
Instead of comparable.
Comparable? I say both, actually. It depends on
You
how
switch
I'm
them
flowing.
off depending on how you feel.
But
Okay,
comparable when I'm speaking slowly.
Comparable. Okay.
Why do you say comparable
Yeah,
always?
it's comparable.
Oh,
'Cause
is
it's
that actually how it's pronounced?
I believe so.
Is it?
Yes.
How do you say the Arthas hero in this game?
The Arthas hero?
Yeah, the hero that is modeled after Arthas, the Death Knight that rides the pony.
Oh, I say Abaddon. I know it's incorrect. We've talked a lot.
You
with
are disgusting,
about-
sir.
What do you mean? You think Abaddon sounds good?
I just think that's how the word is pronounced.
It doesn't matter. Okay, I can choose to pronounce. It's a free country.
I mean, I could look at Bat Rider and be like, I think Bat Reader sounds a lot better. That doesn't.
Well,
make
I mean,
the
look
right
at
word.
look at Toby and Gods. They say melee all the time. They refuse to change. It's horribly incorrect, but it sounds better to them, even though it sounds terrible.
So that's your example is these guys are doing it wrong and they don't care, so I'm going to do it wrong and not care because I'm not Australian.
It's also, it was called Abaddon in, like, as a standard in Dota 1 as well.
So everyone.
So it's one of those. I
mispronounced
just don't want to relearn how to say it.
Oh, mid lane, March in a little bit of trouble. He's not level 6. There's no split. U9 stacking up the sticky goo. That's a first blood. Oh, my. The Brewmaster.
Where are the hand gestures?
Hey, we got to get ramped up a little bit.
Okay,
This is my first game of the night. Come on. I'm only halfway through this sugar-free Red Bull here. Can't get too much sugar too quick.
There's actually 4 members of TongFu in the bottom area of the lane. Bristleback's going to pick up the bounty rune. He's going to head towards mid.
Oh, he got a nice little chunk of farm out of that.
Well, ZinQ here on the Juggernaut is definitely using the correct set to get some kills, but he is using the sword from this tournament, in fact. Have you seen that in use yet?
Wow, I have not actually.
It changes the Omni size. It's pretty cool.
The Immortal Sarakura.
Yeah.
It's pretty
It's
sweet.
good stuff. But looking at the farm department, since that's a great transition, 23 and 4 for Morphling versus the Juggernaut, which is 28 and 11. So both doing decently well. Juggernaut being... He's had a little bit of more free farm just because of the Quap as a support, which again is super awkward, but
Yeah, she's leveling up the
seems
dagger
to be
here.
effective. Yeah.
2 points in the Shadow Strike, grabbing the blinks, so I'm going to skip the Scream.
If you remember correctly, when Quap was getting buffed time and time again, it was mostly to Shadow Strike. And it's become God tier. So you got Shadow Strike applied along with the cask. Forev going to be forced out with his time walk and be good to go.
He's walking. Do you ever refer to the paralyzing cask as a coconut?
No, but
It's a Merlini thing.
I don't mind that.
He's got me stuck
okay,
on it.
see, this is where tangents begin, and I'm going to extend it. I was talking to Synderen last night. I would like it if the runes were fruits.
If they were...
Just literally fruit. So, like,
So
a
you
regen
down
rune
here-
would be a watermelon. Haste would be an apple.
I like that. I think that makes sense.
It's cute, right?
I mean, there's cheese, so why wouldn't there be fruits?
Yeah, exactly. Healing Ward's going to bring Juggernaut back to full HP realm. Going to the last
tower.
hit. And looks like the Radiant will get it. Here comes Forev along with March, who's coming to...
The coconut shed! The coconuts! Did you see it?
Zeus. Ooh, Quap's going to blink out.
Okay, they're looking. They're not finding anything.
I'm going to have a hard time saying Quap and not support Quap over and over.
Quap
but
top.
We'll see how it goes.
Uh-oh, up top, Keon. Trying to do something to QO. He's getting a little aggressive. QO thinking about a waveform, maybe? Nope. Nope, not today. Okay. He lets him live. How's the Bat Rider doing? 19 last hits?
He could have gotten that kill.
I think he could.
Maybe he was a little bit scared of the TP rotations because
Yeah.
he has no answer. He's not level 6 yet, I believe, so no replicate.
They had a lot of heroes missing, but Bristleback was the only one that had a TP scroll, so could have rolled the dice a little bit there, but instead QO plays it safe and just working on that farm towards the Lincolns. Looks like no Midas here for old Morphling. So now Quap able to find a little farm. Jug will be relegated to the jungle, moving into the Mask of Madness build, has the Morbid Mask already. So maybe this is the strategy. That kind of sharing is caring. Jug takes the jungle, Bat Rider takes a lane, and
What did I say, huh? What did
Shannon,
I say?
you may have actually called it.
This is actually something that we've been seeing a lot more since the last couple patches, and you just free up, or you typically don't see the push tower, honestly. You get a couple levels and you roam somebody out, and then you get free farm on somebody else, but this is even better. You get tower XP. Quap is typically used as either a mid or an offlaner. Maybe not an offlaner as of late, but in history, perhaps you could say that. And Juggernaut can, and Cinder's been talking about this a lot, Juggernaut into the jungle is actually super effective, and especially left to his own devices. That means 4 cores essentially on TongFu, and if MVP Phoenix doesn't do anything about this, it could be in trouble come the late game.
That's part of why the Mask of Madness is so amazing on Juggernaut. 'Cause it lets him farm the jungle great, lets him solo Roche, but it's also like an amazing damage buff to Omni Slash because you're attacking so much faster with your little auto attacks that you get in between. It's just an all-around damn good item. Forev, he's in Strug City though. He's underfarmed relative to the Bat Rider. Even the Quap now kind of catching up. He's trying to get his power treads. He's doing everything he can, but he just can't see what he's doing.
Well, the beautiful yeah, that it is covering his eyes horribly, I suppose. Top lane, Bat Rider taking a little bit of harassment, but doesn't look like anything will come of it. The good thing about Void, though, and the reason he can get away with being as an offlaner is because the Chronosphere is arguably, if you look at all the skills in the game, arguably the most broken skill in the game, if used correctly.
You can't even force staff out of it.
I guess that and Necro ult with Ags is pretty much the two
trump
like,
cards.
the 2 skills that even if you're down, you can come back with 1 fight just by using them correctly.
Yeah.
And that's something I always have to fear. Smoke's going to be used top rune by Ryzen, and Heen. Looks like they want to gank the Bat Rider. Firefly's back up in 1 second, but he's burned down all the trees, unfortunately for him. Waveform's actually not going to connect. He's going to 1v1 as much as possible as Batrider. He's going to
got
get
a
support.
Firefly.
Heen. Not going to be able to get the stun up. Here's a couple TP support. Witch Doctor gets that beautiful coconut off. Stun's going to hit Quan, though. Heen on the run has Maledict applied to him. Looks like he's going to go down one way or another. And Ryzen, oh my god. Forev gets a Chronosphere mostly on teammates, but it's okay. Ends up being a 1-for-2 overall.
So
And now
far, but
Morphling
now
on the run. He's going to morph as much as he can. Tries to TP out in the face of Bristleback. Will barely get out. with his
that
life.
was a close call. So still pretty good for TongFu. Not the best chrono we've ever seen. Trapping in some of his teammates there. That Bristleback was just ready with the little spines.
I'm not sure if he had a choice, to be honest. There.
Yeah, it was a tough call. It was really just a kind of a bad rotation. Batrider, I see why they want to gank him, slow down that Blink Dagger a little bit, but sort of an awkward rotation. You can't really come at that angle and expect the Batrider not to just fly away. I mean, he had the Firefly ready to rock and roll. I thought he was going to lasso somebody into the tower as well, but instead opted to use the Flame Break that he's leveled up here and ran into some mana issues.
What are your thoughts? What are your insightless thoughts on Zeus as a support?
Zeus as a support. I remember.
Actually, I'm sure you've talked to Merlini about this.
A little bit. I remember right when they changed it so that the Lightning Bolt would reveal wards. I was like, that's cool. I think we might see some support Zeus. And Merlini just shit down my throat and said, no, that's the dumbest thing ever. So you're telling me that you're going to pick a hero just because he doesn't have to buy sentries? That's such a waste. And now,
you were correct.
Now look who's talking, Merlini. I think he was just so offended at the thought of Zeus not in a farming role.
Yeah, that's his favorite hero. So I can. I mean, if they said the same thing about Centaur, I'd have the same reaction, so I can't really blame him too much. Speaking of Zeus, though, he's going to get slowed. He's going to get Shadow Struck.
He's going to get
and
ulted.
He's going to get dead.
No, he doesn't even need to ult. U9's just going to man up. Oh, this Bristle, he's such a man. He's in the front lines, taking all that damage, dishing it out. Look, he's got a Vanguard. He's huge.
He does have a Vanguard. He's the top farmer in the game right now, but Morphling will catch up eventually.
Dude, U9 are wrecking. Or not U9. Well, he is wrecking, but
Actually,
TongFu.
do you call him U9?
I call him U9. What do you call him?
Because yesterday I called him UUU9 and it sounded terrible, and then Cinderin suggested I just call him Ooh9.
That's what God says U9, but I don't know why you got to be so pretentious about it. Oh, what a waveform down bottom. Sonic Wave not going to connect, but the Omni Slash is there. See ya. Good night, sweet Morphling.
It's like you're reading poetry. It's beautiful. It's beautiful and horrifying at the same time.
But I think UUU9 is a website of sorts.
Oh,
it's some sort of like search engine or something. I don't know.
So he's sponsored by the Google.
No, I think it'd be like if your name was Google. You'd just be like, Google's cool.
No, it would be equivalent to Bing because it doesn't sound cool. Google at least. Okay, Google didn't sound cool at first, but it's grown on everybody at this point. Let's not kid ourselves. But Bing, I mean, come on.
I've got to be honest. I can't take Bing seriously. Ever since I did that podcast with Conrad and we came up with the phrase "binging up some porn," that's all I can think of when someone says Bing. Apparently, it parses porn better than another search engine.
Well, I think in general, a lot of these big companies can't really think of cool names. I mean, Microsoft is a great example. Xbox One. Xbox in general, that's a terrible name for a console as well.
It sounds kind of futuristic.
But the numbering system, more than anything, is just
so it was Xbox, then Xbox 360, and then Xbox One?
Yeah.
Well, same with Windows. They're skipping 9 altogether. They're going right to 10.
8 was so bad that it bled into 9. Let's just get 10 on the books, guys. Let's just do it.
I mean, it's a strategy.
Looks like Bristleback's going to be able to take this rune. It's going to be a DD. That's going to help him quite a bit. So
he's got a Crimson Guard coming
Crimson Guard is almost done. Needs to finish the Buckler first.
It's a fun item. It's I'm not going to reference any more Han stuff, but it's a cute item. I like it.
That item was broken. That's the difference.
What, the stupid buckler thing?
Can you just stop naming? Because it seriously will infect my brain. I don't remember what it's called, but something came out that was horrible. Yeah, horribly good.
I don't remember either, but a very similar idea. It's all about timing. I feel like if you can get the Crimson Guard like at the rate that he's going here, it just mitigates so much damage. You think of it as really good against Zoo type strats where there's a lot of summons and many instances of low damage, but it kind of doesn't matter if you get it early. It just buffs up your whole team so much at the right clicks of the opposition.
Look at bottom lane. Queen of Pain is level almost 9, out-leveling the Faceless Void, who is...
She's even passed him on farm, too. So now you've got Jug and Quap, who were doing this weird sharing is caring thing, and they're both beating the Void, who still just has power trip.
This is a really greedy way of playing, but it's definitely paying off. And
yeah, look at this gold graph. 7,500 gold lead.
That's what happens. I mean, it's like having a jungler full-time, right?
Yeah.
Except your lanes are miserably bad in a lot of ways. But
they basically had a jungler the full times. Even when Jug was in the lane, Batrider was doing the jungle.
The difference is they won the lane first, and then he went and jungled, right? So they dominated that lane. Void couldn't 1v1 against the support of Quap, which is difficult in its own right, because we've talked about Shadow Strike just being so freaking good. Now she has lots of levels. Blink Dagger now on Butt Rider. Who is it? Bruno? Yeah, Bruno is the one that actually pronounces it that way. It's pretty epic.
Butt Rider.
Juggernaut's going to spin to win as a Massive Madness. Actually, he activated and then Blade Fury, so it's going to deactivate completely. But Healing Word will keep him up.
And he has an Omni Slash here. Maybe they could turn it around. Going for the replicate. It will live. Now down bottom, doing a little bit of pushing here. March, he's got his Blink Dagger on the Brew. I feel like he's been pretty quiet this game. 0-1 and 0 on the Brew at 14 minutes. Not really what you would expect. Usually he's this tempo controller, but he's not controlling a hell of a lot here, Shane.
It's because he's not a real panda.
No, he's not. He's a wannabe.
Which is funny that they're actually allowed to do that, and they didn't make him a panda. Same with Storm Spirit. That's big disappointment.
Well, smoke rotation up top. Kyong and Kabu, they're hungry. Looks like Vengeful Spirits on the menu tonight, boys.
She is absolutely delicious, they're dead.
Walk up in Death Ward.
They're going to pop Crimson Guard so they can dive the tower. Brewmaster jumps in.
But he gets stunned up. The Coconut flying through. Okay, he'll still get the split off. Bat Rider uses the lasso on for Rev. Now the screen from Quap. Oh, boy, it's a bloodbath. 2-0. And the Brew not going to get anything done with this split. Another disappointing bit of Brew action here. Double damage on U9. He wants it, but March, he's hasted. He'll be okay.
Yeah, it was not a good Brewel, but in the end...
I don't even know if it was his fault. It didn't seem like there's much you could do. Yeah. Oh, the Jug just gets zapped on down. I don't think he was anticipating that.
Kabu!
Yeah,
drops.
He's dead.
So it ends up being a 2-for-1, so maybe the Brewel was not wasted. They're like, all right, Brewel's dead, let's initiate on him, and they all die. So, not the worst thing in the world, although Tier 1 tower does drop.
It was a good Zeus ult in the mid. You can tell Morphling was like out of mana. He was morphing hard, and I think the Jug was just trying to save that Omni Slash so he could hit the morph once he couldn't heal up anymore. And then Zeus ult came, and that messed up his math. Broke his calculator.
Do you think anybody actually does that?
What, pulls out a calculator?
Like any pro player is just so bad at math, they have to have a calculator at their side at all times.
I don't think so.
So they...
Hold on, guys. Hands off the keyboard. Let me multiply this
There
real
are
quick.
a lot of pauses.
That's true.
You know, you never know these. We're not in China right now, so we can't tell for sure.
I don't know. I feel like calculators could be bad. You can put the answers in your TI-89. I feel like there's some...
Are there TI-89s? God, I'm so old.
There's probably some new calculators by now.
Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe TI is just an old thing now.
The Texas
Rev going to get harassed a bit more at bottom lane by Quap, who is going for a Yule Scepter, by the way. So it's more of a utility build. Let's see what does it get rid of anything.
This is like the Batman build, utility belt.
I think it'll get rid of Drunken Haze. It's not too bad, as Roshan's going to be taken out.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be uncontested. Dire, they've got no vision in this area of the map, so they're not all the wiser. Instead, they're looking at Bat Rider. They see Keon. He's running out of Firefly, but he blinks up to the high ground. No swap for you, Heen. And he'll be okay, but now he's stuck until he gets that Blink Dagger.
He could do it. He could swap him right now.
They get a Sentry Ward down. Do they actually have vision? No, he's uphill.
With Hallow Terror, I mean.
Oh, yeah. Well, now Keon coming back in to reinitiate. The team's here. They find Ryzen in the tree line. Oh, no. Zeus. Oh.
These sound effects are amazing. Now, in the meantime, not going to
Death Ward on the high ground. Shannon, he did it in style. I like this guy.
It was more the flame break than anything, for sure.
Hey, Death Ward on the high ground.
Oh, that's a pretty good timing, Lincoln's. Not to be,
that's pretty good.
Too bad.
17 minutes. That's solid.
I mean, it's 9-3. So the game hasn't really been going in MVP's favor, but not too shabby.
But it does also feel like they've been picking on all the other heroes except Morphling. I mean, he's 2-1 and 0. He's had a lot of space to farm. Now pressure this bottom tier 1. Glyph comes out. Quap thinking about a deny. TP in from the Bat Rider. QO. You got to be careful, Sweet Prince. He still gets the last hit despite the flame break. Here's the lasso, but not enough mana. Now the Quap's in trouble. Oh, QO gets it. Zeus actually will finish it off with the ultimate there, but can QO make a kill happen? He's got a wave for him.
He can go for it.
He can go for it, but will he?
He's not just a Sweet Prince anymore.
Witch Doctor, he's coming. He's got the heal. Voodoo Restoration on in the jungle. He's got Harpies trailing with him. The Coconut's not going to bounce. The Lincoln Sphere's there. Waveform down. QO, he's got the sticky stacked up to 7.
Wow, how anticlimactic was that?
He just TP's home. Okay.
Well, unfortunately, Bat Rider didn't have mana for Flame Break, but I'm sure Morphling brought out his calculator and calculated that for sure, as we're going to have engagement perhaps. Heen going to get Omni Slash to death, and actually bounces onto Ryzen. That's 2 kills right off the bat for the Juggernaut, which means this smoked Brewmaster is a sad red panda.
Yeah, there's not much he can do. That's also, you see like Zeus then they're getting killed next to a regen rune, just like, but it's so close.
That bounce was actually pretty far, not going to lie.
That had to have been close to the
Okay,
maps.
I thought Juggernaut might have a blink, because that would have exploded.
No. He's
You don't
going
like
all
Blink
right
on
click.
Juggernaut?
No, I think it's okay. He just doesn't have one. He's going the right clicker. I think Blink on Jug is cute. I think it works really well in certain games.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
I think it's cool that he's able to use that while Omni slashing more so than I think it's particularly good. I like that he has that flexibility.
The Bristleback has a Sange. We've seen a lot of Sange Yasha. It could obviously be a Halberd, which would make a lot of sense against the Void.
I think it's SNY.
How do you, what are your impressions of SNY? I've talked to Cinder about it. He cannot stand that item.
You know, I've traditionally been a bit of an SNY hater. Because it gives you, it's like one of those, it reminds me of the Resto Druid from Vanilla WoW. You know, you're kind of okay at everything, but you're not good at anything.
That means nothing to me.
That was the only class that could heal, tank, and do damage. It could be a spellcaster, a melee. Just, you could do everything, but you didn't really do anything well. We'll hold that thought as Heen initiated on, hit by the stun, double ultimates, but Ryzen, he gets too close to the Death Ward, barely lives. Now Forev comes in, Chrono on 2. The follow-up damage, March blinks into the Chrono. He doesn't give a shit. Down goes the Witch Doctor. U9 in the front lines, though. Forev getting smacked down by the Bristleback. Now the split. But, oh, God, Broodlings, they're taking too much damage. I don't know if he can handle the heat. He's going to have to get out of the kitchen.
What the fuck? Brew's going to run away with his spirits. Going to bring Bristleback into the air. And
got out of the kitchen, don't worry.
Yeah, he's out of the kitchen, guys. It's fine.
He's in the
That was actually hilarious. I like how, when I'm casting with Cinder, he's going to talk about like what happened in that fight. For me, the Chronosphere stopped everything, and you casually see, like, everything stops, and then a courier comes through the Chronosphere and comes out. It's like, it can move perfectly well. I'm like, why does that happen? That's so odd.
So the courier should be stuck in the Chrono, is that what you're telling me?
I think so.
The Chrono should just be like this ball of jelly that nothing can get out of. Uh-oh, Omni Slash. QO, he's losing his armor. U9 stacking up the stickies once more. Adaptive Strike flying out. It's Heen that's the target. He'll be the next one to go down now. ZinQ diving the base. It's a bit too deep, but he's got the Aegis. Coming back up. Does he have a Blade Fury? He does. Can he make it out? Maybe. Looking good. Flame Break. Lives up to its name. Breaks it up. Now March stunned up. Gets brought down. He doesn't have a split this time. Now the cask bouncing around. Morphling loses his Lincoln's waveform out. He'll live, but MVP, they're high ground in a little bit of trouble.
They're high grounded with a level 3 healing ward. Only one level of Blade Fury, which is normal. Only one level of Blade Dance on Juggernaut. That's really strange. But it's not going to matter. This tower's going to go down and probably the rack. I mean, what can they do? Zeus has no ult. Morphling is half HP. Brewmaster's dead for 20 seconds. Even if he was up, the Primal Split is down.
I don't think they can defend this. They just have to let it fall. Not game ending, but MVP just... You look at the graph, the entire game is just them getting further and further behind. It feels like TongFu is just a step ahead at every turn. So can we talk about Sanjin Yasha now?
Yeah, by all means. He picks it up officially.
Yeah, he gets it. So it gives you a little bit of everything. You know, a little bit of strength, a little bit of agi, a little bit of movement speed.
But not a lot of anything.
No, and I also think the MAME is kind of butt. 16% chance for this. It's just... I liked, again, the Frost thing style, like where it stacks up. You know, like every hit gives you a small bit of slow, and then it kind of it's more reliable. That's one thing I don't like about Sanjin Yasha.
That would be insane on Bristleback if he did that.
Yeah.
In conjunction with his goo,
maybe that would make the item broken. I don't know.
For him, it would. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah.
Because he can reliably get close to the enemies.
I think the other thing is that it's really good in games like this when you're pretty far ahead. Nice Chrono.
Yeah, nice Chrono indeed. As Bristleback's now on the run, going to continue to fight actually. ZinQ on the Juggernaut. Does he have Omni Slash in 5 seconds? But it doesn't even matter. Morphling taking so much damage. He has a Replicant up. He's going to morph to it.
Zeus ult brings down the Witch Doctor. They'll get the first kill out of this fight. Ryzen just tries to TP home. Bristleback gets stunned up. Brew splits here. But can the Brew actually live? QO, he's got some mana left. Now they go on to ZinQ. Stun from Heen. In comes March. ZinQ falls. This is the turn. MVP. They're making it happen, but here comes the Quap. It's the turn the other way. Forev caught inside of the Yules. QO low on mana. Force staff away. Now Kion on his way. Flame break will be off the mark. They get the kill on the Void and the Brew as we're watching the great chase of the Morphling. Can they bring him down? The blink forward. Now the goo. He's lost his Lincolns. He's lost his life. Oh, but he's morphing. It just doesn't matter.
Morphin Power Rangers. Yeah. So actually, the Queen of Pain actually disjointed his own Shadow Strike. So he threw a Shadow Strike onto Void, and then Yule's Void before it actually hit. But the great thing about that skill is it has a 4-second cooldown, so it doesn't matter at all.
It's a pretty good skill. That's what I'm told. 4 seconds at level 4. And it lasts for 15. You can just like say, hey, you guys got blink daggers? Well, not anymore.
Pretty much.
Look at
this
this
is going to be
TongFu
at least the
aggression.
tower, if not more. I don't think MVP Phoenix can do anything about this. The greed for TongFu is paying off in spades.
15,000 net worth lead here. This is where SNY is amazing. When you have this lead.
Oh, great non-lasso. He didn't even have it for 30 seconds. He's just scaring the crap out of that brewmaster. You see him?
Yeah.
Look at March. He's super scared right now.
He pooed his diaper. he's
Oh, my God.
Omni slash.
Is that a blink?
Oh.
He got it.
There we go.
But it didn't do anything, unfortunately.
Brev thinking about Chrono. Just cooled down. He's got gloves of haste. He's ready. U9, there's the Chrono. Hits Kabu. They get the kill there. Now U9 in the front lines. They're hitting him in the front. Isn't enough damage to bring him down. Now they're hitting him from the side. Out comes the Crimson Guard. He'll live for now. LPC brings down the Void. Now the Yules to buy him some time for the Blink. The Brew split. They blow up the Quap, but it'll cost him a Zeus. It's like trading Pokemon cards here on the battlefield. Everybody's trading for everyone. Buybacks aplenty. Quap and Void back in the fray. Brew going back into Panda form in just a couple of seconds. They want this Bristle, but he's just so damn big. Can they actually bring down the raid boss here? The Squills, they're stacking up. Benj goes down. QO wants to finish him off, but U9, he's still alive. He'll try to TP out. Shannon, can he make it? He does! Oh my God, QO, can he live as well? A swap from Benj, maybe, just maybe. She'll be the sacrificial lamb. QO, he's just so slow. The sticky, the goo. Oh, the Sonic Wave.
This is just so sad.
GG.
Those
MVP.
gloves of haste, man. Holy jeez. Holy. I like how you look at his inventory. Mask of Madness treads, and you say gloves of haste. Great.
It was his
that was beautiful.
next item coming up. I was thinking like, oh, gloves of haste. Maybe he's gonna. The game's over. So.
Hannah Midas wouldn't have saved him. Maelstrom wouldn't have saved him. It's fine. Well, that was a quick game, actually. TongFu, the greed, like I said, paid off big time. I mean, it's not often you see a Queen of Pain support, but she was involved in 14 kills, 385 gold per minute, and that was the second highest compared to MVP. The only person outfarmed her was the Morphling, which got to complete free farm at the beginning of the game. So
Yeah, just well executed from TongFu in general. It seemed like they had a general game plan, doing the old switcheroo in the lanes. Very well done. A lot of moving pieces. They make it look easy. Very greedy and punishable, but MVP, it's sort of like they tried to go sort of greedy themselves and just didn't really punish what TongFu could do. They didn't really have great
what was greedy?
anti-push.
Wait, what was greedy about MVP though? I mean, they picked the Zeus, which is, I mean, it's not that it's not uncommon, but
it's greedy in the sense that Morphling, Brew, and Faceless Void all need a lot of farm to really do shit. You know, like Brew, he has to get that fast blink to control some tempos. He had an okay timed blink, but he still wasn't really controlling any tempos, you know? Morphling as well. You know, he had a Ghost Scepter, a Lincoln's. It's just, I look at Morphling as the greedy pick.
they need to control the tempos.
You need, exactly. You need a metronome. You need somebody up there just keeping it steady, back and forth.
The Insightless cast has been a lot of fun. Well, actually,
that felt like the perfect game for the Insightless cast, though, because it was just so one-sided.
Yeah.
We're on the mainstream next. Some more Insightless cast instead of more viewers.
No, wait. Are we?
Yeah. Well, what time is it?
No, I think I'm on with Gods, and then
and then
on.
it's you and me.
Yeah.
So what am I doing for the next game? Am I
Nothing.
just nothing?
You're good.
I get a break. How nice.
So yeah, next on this stream, on the Dota Cinema stream, will be Lumi and Winter.
When do you cut the end of this? Because you guys never stop. You just keep going. When do you stop the video?
We stop the video when we're done talking.
Okay.
We show that e-battle video, and then we stop the recording.
Oh, shit. I haven't been showing the e-battle video.
That's not acceptable. So yeah, Cloud9 versus BG, otherwise known as Big Dogs, as
The Lumi
Bruno's been
Winter
calling
cast.
them. Yeah, Lumi in Winter, and then on the main stream will be me and Gods.
Wow.
Secret versus HGT, I believe.
Yes. WC2 is HGT. Okay. So what time is it? That was a pretty quick one. When is that supposed to start? Let's see. What was the...
Are we even on schedule anymore? Because there were some delays.
Dude, I have no idea. I was sleeping at the beginning. So the next one starts at 12:30.
So
it's
30
12:02.
minutes.
So we still have 30 minutes. Okay. So what does that mean? Can we cut the video then come back and talk about
Yeah.
soda? I want to fill.
Sure.
I like to fill. Nobody ever wants to fill with me.
I love to fill. Yeah, do it. Do it.
Okay.
We'll be back in a second, boys and girls.